I don't know how you guys reacted to this, but I imagine that Kirk Herbstreit got mad at Pat McAfee.
You know he's got a dog?
I imagine that Kirk Herbstreit got mad at Pat McAfee because they're on the set talking about Bill Belichick, and Kirk Herbstreit shows only Saban and the crew that Bill Belichick is calling on his phone right now. And what Pat McAfee does is exactly what you have to do, but it's not what I would have wanted him to do only if I were Kirk Herbstreit. So watch this and tell me what you guys think of it.
Is to understand that he is completely bought into what's happening with this team and with this program. And him leaving, or the idea of him leaving.
Answer that.
I can't answer.
But answer that. He has to be watching right now. That's literally Bill Belichick calling Kirk Herbstreit. He probably has something to say.
Yeah, he probably does.
What do you have to say?
But you know, every coach needs to have the opportunity to establish his culture and also to recruit.
Nick
his
Saban went straight into, I got to do television here.
You guys could have just played the Saban clip for me. Oh, that's good stuff.
I want to play it again. They're talking about Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick calls Herbstreit. Herbstreit shows his phone to only Saban and Pat McAfee. They're talking about Belichick while Belichick's calling, and Pat McAfee does the good television thing there. He does something better than what Kirk Herbstreit was doing, but there's no way Kirk Herbstreit didn't talk to him about this afterward.
Is to understand that he is completely bought into what's happening with this team and with this program. And him leaving, or the idea of him leaving.
Answer that.
I can't answer.
But answer that. He has to be watching right now. That's literally Bill Belichick calling Kirk Herbstreit. He probably has something to say.
Yeah, he probably does.
What do you have to say?
But you know, every coach needs to have the opportunity to establish his culture and also to recruit his kind of player.
Oh, can we play the Saban part again?
Like, how does that go if he answers it? Like, puts him on speaker, like, oh, hey, Kirk. Oh.
I mean, that's why he's calling, right? Belichick is calling to be put on the air in that spot, which is kind of
You can't call Herbie
abnormal.
in that spot and then be like, what are you doing putting me on air? Like, you're calling him while the show's going
Well,
on.
let me ask you guys this question, because Diana Rossini went on Nick Wright's show yesterday and said of Belichick and UNC, quote, "They tell me this is the happiest they've seen Bill in years. He feels like the students are actually buying into what he's doing."
I mean, I think he's probably the happiest he's been in years because he doesn't care.
I think he's the happiest he's ever been because he's dating a very young woman.
The report from Diana Rossini, quote, "They tell me this is the happiest they've seen Bill in years. He feels like the students are actually buying into what he's doing."
Well, how did we go from, and look, I mean, there are bad reports out there all the time, but how did we go from last week where he's already looking for other jobs and the school is actively trying to figure out how to get rid of him with a small buyout, to now he's so happy and the kids are buying in?
I mean, it could be spin, but I do think he's happy. He has to be happy to still be in this relationship. It has to be well worth it for him, given all the negative publicity, given the tarnish that it's probably put around his post-coaching career. Well, he's coaching now, although very little evidence of that. I think he's very clearly happy for Bill Belichick. He's not outwardly happy.
Well, let me do this, though, when you say tarnish, because I saw Bill Simmons came to the vigorous defense of the idea that Bill Belichick's legacy will not in any way be damaged by what is happening now. And I happen to agree with the fact that when history looks back at all of this stuff, we don't remember the punctuations. But the place that I don't agree with Bill Simmons is that there's simply no circumstance under which Bill Belichick could have imagined that his present day legacy is so harmed, his present day right now, that he cannot get any of the jobs that he would want right now, that he has zero access to anything that he wants, pros or college, because of what's happened in 5 weeks. And probably the weeks before that as well. So we can say right now, while we're in it, that his legacy won't be impacted down the line, but it's being impacted right now because he cannot, with his legacy, get any job. Like, there's not a job right now that he can get better than the one he has.
I don't think the door is closed on him in the NFL. There's always going to be an owner that is going to be drawn to all the success that he had. He's going to be given opportunities to interview for jobs if he wants to.
But that's not
because of who he is.
Yeah, but Mike, given the opportunity to interview for jobs is not something Belichick thought that would be the high point of whatever he was doing 5 years ago.
You know
why do you believe that?
You
though,
know
Mike?
how Brian Billick was like, I'm here. I still want to coach. I have a Super Bowl, and no one thinks of me. I don't think that that's going to happen to Bill Belichick, despite the circus around him. And I do think that you look at these NFL franchises, an owner's going to think that the smart thing to do is go to a proven winner. I mean, I told you. He had an opportunity, if he really wanted the Atlanta job, to go for it. Like, he had it. There were things about Atlanta that he didn't want to do in Atlanta.
Yeah, but it's worse now than it was when he was interviewing for those jobs.
I agree, but
am I not remembering him interviewing for more than the Falcons?
I happen to know that when the Cowboys thing became available, he stopped talking to staffers over there. I don't doubt that silence.
Oh my God, he knows. He happens to know. Come, everyone. Come and listen. Happens to know. He happens to know. Well informed.
He's got his eyes on what's happening with the New York Giants too. People that have been around North Carolina.
Well, you think he would follow Parcells? Like, I don't know that. I mean, follow Parcells, but like Parcells did what he did there. I don't know, man.
He often tells people, I'm just so many wins away from the NFL all-time wins record. It's important to him, and I think he'll try to make it happen.